Hello, hello, hello. This is Super Dave. Well, actually, David Ogunaike, known as Super Dave. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/David Ogunaike. Anyways, just wanted to thank you again for coming today. As you know, every week we come up with a question or challenge or something, and either I give the answer or we go and find a leader out in the industry who will help you with your current business or help you answer questions for a business that you're thinking of getting into. So we've had this guest speaker on our show quite a few times, and she is awesome. She's building a huge business, and you actually want to connect with her. Her name is Brenna Martin. Brenna, welcome to the show again.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me, Super Dave.
Cool, cool, cool. Thanks. Hey, it's always a pleasure having you here. Listen, you know what? If people are looking for you, they go to wisemovenow.com, right?
That is correct, yes.
Awesome, awesome. Or they can find you on Facebook under Brenna Martin.
Correct.
Or Wise Move Now. So facebook.com/Wise Move Now.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So, last time we spoke, we were talking about the traits entrepreneurs needed to have. And so, this is another question that we got from the audience, which is, what I call them habits. What kind of habits do you need to overcome adversity? So I know we were talking, you said that there's about 7 of them. Right?
Yeah.
So can you, help the audience out here? What 7 habits do people need so that actually it will help them overcome adversity?
Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you for having me. And wow, 7 habits to overcome adversity. Well, I firmly believe that what you put out in the world truly comes back to you. So when you project positivity, and openness, you're much more likely to receive that in kind. But bad things happen to all of us, no matter where we go or what we do.
Right.
And there's certain things that we don't have control of. But what we do have control of is our own attitudes, without question. So needless to say, that we're more likely to offer a helping hand than to walk away from somebody when we can avoid it, right? So when you project a winning attitude, you got to be willing to embrace these next habits that I'm going to talk to you about. The first habit I'm going to talk to you about is enthusiasm. And you've probably heard it before, as the saying goes, enthusiasm really is contagious. If you don't believe in your own idea, no one else will. And it's true that if you're taking the importance of maintaining that enthusiasm, to sharing that enthusiasm, ideas, it will be infectious. You project an upbeat attitude, you're eager, you're sharing your story. People can't help but wanting to understand and be involved, or be interested and at least ask the question, because as long as somebody's willing to ask you a question about what you're doing, that opens the door for you to offer the opportunity and share in kind what it is that you're doing. Right. The second habit I would probably say is curiosity. And you're probably, everyone asks why. I mean, we learn from very young, why are you doing this? Or why are you going there? Or why can't I have the cookie? We have a natural impulse to thirst for knowledge, and you have to be unafraid to try new technology, try the new things out there. I mean, there's Blab out there, there's Periscope. We're doing this conversation here on Google Hangout, which I myself am just learning how to use. But you've got to have that natural curiosity to overcome adversity, because you've got to be willing to grow with the times. The third habit I would have to say is a sense of urgency. If you don't have a sense of urgency, you're not going to get anything done. If you don't try hard enough, you'll always be able to think that there's a reason why you can't have it or you won't be able to do it. You're going to constantly be asking yourself, the people that you work with, I might be constantly asking you, what do we have to do to get this done? And if you're constantly asking the question and not maintaining a sense of urgency of getting it done, like trying it for yourself, you're always going to be standing there waiting for someone else to do it for you. You've got to have a sense of urgency. The fourth habit I would have to say is momentum. Do you have what it takes to keep things moving? In other words, do you wait for the response to the email for the next morning? Or are you building momentum and saying, you know what, I've sent out the email, I'm going to send out the next email? Are you sending out one email and waiting for a reply for that? Are you keeping that momentum going? You're not waiting for someone to call you back. You've got to keep going. Momentum is important. Momentum is a state of mind. And if you're not pushing your business, it will suffer and you will become discouraged. And that's what a lot of people do. They say that my business is not going anywhere, but they have to take a step back and ask, what are you doing to push your business forward? I mean, as women in business, we have, you know, maybe our 9 to 5s, we've got the family, we've got the kids to take care of. You barely have 2 minutes to get your hair done in the morning, but you have to be able to organize and fit all of that in so that you can keep the momentum going, that no one is getting lost, that nothing in your family is getting left behind, but you're finding the opportunity to get all of that done. And that would lead me into the 5th habit, which I would say is focus. Understanding what you are trying to achieve. What are you going to do to get it? Are you creating a roadmap and are you sticking to it? If you don't have a plan, as the saying goes, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. And having the plan is where you will maintain your focus, because it will make sure that what you have said you wanted to accomplish is what will happen. And again, I refer to women in business because that's what I understand. Without a plan, I will segue into everything else that's happening in my life and forget what it is that I started off to accomplish. So I have to be able to focus and have that plan. The 6th habit I would say is empathy. Don't lose sight of what's really important. Before you get angry and start putting everything down, putting everything and everybody, including yourself, down, take a step back and understand what you have been able to accomplish and have your own ambition and recognize that you're still human. Overcoming adversity is understanding that you will make mistakes, you will fall down, things will not always go your way. If you plan on being an entrepreneur, understand that you will not get 100% every single time. I love ball, I love basketball to the fullest, and I have heard and seen the memes that go out that say, you know what, you only make a certain percent of the shots that you actually take. And if you're not taking a number of the shots, you're not making or scoring anything. So hoop it up, lady. Let's get out there and do it. The 7th habit I would say is composure. And again, it's recognizing, as I said before, things will go wrong. It's developing that armor to weather the storms, to stay calm and not overreact when things happen. Understanding that you have a foundation that will and should be created with your team, with your group, with your family, so that they understand what goals you have in mind, so that when things don't necessarily go your way on the first try, that they're willing to support you and understand that you're not willing to give up, but you need to be able to voice what had happened and what you plan on doing by focusing to make it right.
Wow. So I'm going to repeat to you what I was making notes. So if it looks like I'm not looking at you, I'm actually looking down to click away here. So the 7 habits, you said to overcome adversity. I got enthusiasm. I got curiosity, sense of urgency, momentum, focus, empathy, and composure.
Absolutely. You take good notes.
Yes, I do. I actually listen as well, because you can never know everything. You can always learn something new, and I'm always learning something new when I'm talking to other leaders in the industry. So that's awesome, Brenna. That is great. I know you've helped some people who are, because just like you, I had a training just a few days ago, and this guy, I thought he was doing good, but he just kind of seemed down, and I asked him, I said, so what's going on? And he was telling me how, he has these people in his business, but no one is doing anything. He just doesn't know what to do. And I asked him if he was actually using the product from his company. He said, no. I go, well, that right there is the answer, because I said something changed from when you used to get people on board and people were excited to now nothing. And you're blaming all those people. But like you said, number one, he lost his momentum. He lost his focus. He lost a sense of urgency. And then with all that, he didn't have any more enthusiasm. So after we're done talking to him and just showing him just a few other things, he said, you know what? Today I'm going to start. Today he's going to start again, and he's going to start again from scratch. Start using the product and then start showing stuff. All those different things he has to do to build his business.
Absolutely.
He got got re-engaged, re-fired up. So again,
Absolutely.
I want to thank you for sharing this. Like I said, I think it helps a lot of individuals. So again, Brenna, if people are looking for you, they find you on Facebook under Wise Move Now, or they could go to your website, which is wisemovenow.com. Right? Cool. Awesome. And if you guys try and find me, easiest way will just be to workwithsuperdave.com. You go into my site there. You can opt in there to get alerted every time we do a new training webcast or podcast or hangout. All right. So until next time, I'm going to thank you again for attending. Brenna, thanks again for being a guest.
My pleasure.
This has been awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.